Chris, this was your approach shot from the rear, and this is actually a ground stroke. Good adjustments on this, sort of stepping up and out of the way of the ball. That's nicely done. When you take that little shuffle step into the ball, it lets you adjust at the last minute. So that was a really good job. And here we're going to see you roll off of that front foot. You know, still don't like that when your weight rolls backwards off the front foot, but there you see it, weight rolling backwards. But what we want to look for now is I'm watching me on the other side, and I'm going to try to freeze it at point of contact when I touch the ball. I think this is a short ball. Get ready to hit you the ball. Ball's out of my hand. All right, there's point of contact. Now, first thing to notice is you don't really have your feet under you. You know, not a good split step ready position. And you're going to see, because the ball, it's at this point, you're going to be able to tell that you're recognizing that it's a short ball. And even in the next few frames, you'll see that your first move, just because of the way you had your weight, your right foot's actually going to drop back to get started. It's like a drop step for you to run forward. So you know the ball's short now, and you've actually taken one more step away from the baseline. There you can see, so your weight's still going backwards. You know it's short because you're starting to lean forward, but you're sort of spinning your wheels at this point, unable to get yourself started to go forward. And as you move into it, the thing I want you to see is, once you recognize this is a short ball, there's one running step forward there. It still hasn't got to the baseline. Now, once you take the second running step, you try to get up to the top of the bounce with a shuffle step. And really, you want to run all the way to that short ball and then hit it right off the top of the bounce with an open stance forehand. Get you there just so much faster. You don't have to turn sideways. So you'll see you've gotten yourself sideways already. You're not up to the ball, but you're not even close. But you're going to try to take one more shuffle step up to it, and that's just too slow. That's okay if you're stepping up to a ball that's maybe a foot or so inside the baseline. But you know, that shuffle step up to the ball at this point isn't getting you, you know, definitely far enough up. And if we see, if it frees the ball right there, that's the point where the ball has gotten up above your waist. Now, you do a good job on this one of taking the ball at the top of the bounce, but that would have been a better spot to hit it, and I think your front foot would have been much closer to the service line had you gotten up and taken the ball at that point in the bounce. And let's see where you do a good job on this one. Actually take it way up at the top, but that makes you farther back because that ball is going to bounce so high. So you see you're several feet behind the service line. I think you could have been up at the service line on this one. There's point of contact. Nicely done. See, that ball traveled out in a straight line. It didn't rise, which makes that approach shot much more effective than the one in the previous session. Now, if we look at where your feet are at this point, let me just mark your feet. Now, your run to the ball should take you in a line sort of straight out toward that corner. But you'll see as you start to run here, you make your run just a little bit more toward the center of the court. See how you're pulling off your target line? So you should have been following the ball just a little bit more into that corner. And because you're moving to your left here, and the volley is going to be out to your forehand, it's going to make it difficult for you to get back over to your forehand side. All right, there's point of contact. Now, that's actually pretty good. Ready position, elbows in front, and I can see your racket head out to the backhand side. So you've actually cheated in your ready position. You're ready for a backhand, essentially. You want that racket straight out in front of you, especially at the net. So that's going to be a little bit of trouble in getting to the volley. But the big thing that I saw on the volley is, and I looked at this before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get a line right where your eyes are. And as you move into the volley, you're going to see, when you set your racket, what actually happens to the height of your head. And this we talked about you bobbing up and down. See how much you've dropped already below that line. Your head's moved down a good, 6 to 12 inches. It's not a bad racket set for the forehand volley, but so you're picking this right foot up to step. Your left foot is down. That should be the foot that's down at point of contact. So your weight's here, but you're actually going to try to get your right foot down at point of contact. Don't quite get it there, but that was that miss hit. Now you see your head has come back up in line with the with that line that I drew, and there's that miss hit on the volley, and your weight is just now going onto your right foot. So really, what happened when you were striking the ball, your head was doing like a little bit of an up and down kind of thing. That's when I told you your head was bouncing. That's what I was seeing earlier. Anyway, there you go. Another thing to work on. Thanks, man.